Hey, it's Kim Marie at Brave Breakthroughs. I want to talk today about the screw it all pill. Have you ever done that? I know it so well. I can remember specifically when I had my car accident and I was doing so much work to heal my arm and just eating good and giving myself the rest I needed. But before that point, I was feeling depleted. I just moved to North Carolina a, a year before. I had went through a breakup. I was working so hard, trying to build business, just feeling low energy, not getting my needs met emotionally, didn't really have a lot of friends to plug into or a place of work where I can meet people. So I was already feeling depleted. And then I was really got thrown to my lowest point, and I finally just threw my hands up and said, screw this. I'm going out. As a matter of fact, right before I got into the accident, I finally met this meetup group and a whole bunch of people that I can connect with, and then I got into the accident. So I just started to go out, and because I was feeling depleted, and whenever we feel depleted, whether it's we decided to do a new nutritional program, or we're getting focused on our goals and we're working really hard, and we might be right at the breakdown before the breakthrough, right? We may be right at the tipping point, and then we throw our hands up in the air and we just start sabotaging everywhere. We start eating ice cream and processed foods and drinking more and finding other ways to escape. And it becomes like a domino effect. When we sabotage, we can really go down that hill quickly, because one thing goes to the next, to the next, to the next, which is what happened to me. Was I started to go out and just kick it up, which is fine, but drink a lot and eat unhealthy foods like every day of the week. I was just going out because I had this feeling of deprivation. So I just feel like when we have that feeling, then all of a sudden we start throwing away the things that actually help us as well. We just start throwing away all of our practices that make our life work. And it's like that all or nothing thing. And I know it all too well. It's, the domino effect. It takes one thing and then the next and then the next and then the next. But the domino effect also works in the positive, and that's what I want to talk about. So when we are feeling like we're out of control, like maybe our health is going through some challenges, or our relationships, or we're struggling some way, or we're not knowing how to find work, or better our situation at our job. It just takes one step in any direction, whether it's physical through changing our diet, emotional through catching our self-talk, or spiritual, doing things like celebrating yourself, getting in gratitude as a practice, not as you should be grateful for what you have. It's not that energy, it's using it as a tool. When we start to add those practices back to our life, all of a sudden we notice that our life starts working. And then as we do that one thing to fill our soul with nourishment, and it could be going out and hanging out with friends, just something that's actually nourishing your soul, then what happens is you shift the vibration. And then once you shift the vibration, you're in a vibration of taking care of yourself, of being productive, of wanting, it shifts you back and reminds you of who you are and why these practices really do work. I know this. I've been teaching tools that are so simple for a very long time. And very often, when I get caught up in my head too much, I can start to sabotage and throw these tools to the side, thinking, I don't know whether I really consciously say I they don't work because I know they do, but I just sabotage myself. I just get frustrated, and it's always when I feel depleted. So to me, the key is with anything that you do, if you're just say the detox that I've been on, I've been very careful not to feel deprived during it. Even though I've cut a lot of things out, I've made wonderfully delicious meals. I don't feel deprived at all. And so it's just easy for me. I feel good. My energy feels good. The food tastes good. I am just setting myself up to win by bringing meals rather than feeling hungry somewhere and then sabotaging it. Or you know, when you're hungry, you need to eat, right? So you're going to eat whatever, but usually it's ravenous. So setting yourself up to win in that way. So rather than throw your hands up in the air and say screw it all, which, you know, if we do that, we do that. But before you do that, realize that if you set the bar too high and you're feeling deprived, you're going to sabotage. So don't set the carrot out in front of you and then just keep pushing it out without ever celebrating yourself, without ever, you know, giving yourself the counterpart, the things that fill you back up. We need that. We need that. If it's talking to a friend on the phone, if it's laughing and just hanging out for 3 hours with your good friends is going to replenish you so much. So don't discount the value in taking that time to fill your cup back up. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Tell me what you've done. I know me, you know, if there's ice cream in the refrigerator, I'm going after it. And then I will just keep going and going and going and going from there. So I try not to do that. I try not to set myself up that way. I do the little practices that make my life work as often as I can. And I notice that when I have routines, they really make my life a lot easier. So that's my message for today. I hope you have a good one. Please repost this video if it's inspiring in some way. Go to my website, www.bravebreakthroughs.com, and you have an amazing day. Bye.